What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we have another skin fade tutorial for you guys. Today it's a high skin fade by yours truly. Our model today is David, and he's going to be doing a high skin fade with a pompadour, and we're going to get right into it. So set it up exactly the way I did on the last mid to high skin fade tutorial I did, going in with my cordless detailer, just setting in that skin line there, bringing it right up to his temples, and then after that I'm going to start just clearing out everything at the very bottom there. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to set in my half line. So this is going to be my second guideline. So this is that half line with the lever all the way open, creating that 0.5 guideline for myself. I got the number 1 guard on, just working that darker line above the half line that I just created, and just going right around the head from one side to the other. I like to keep everything uniform. I don't like to lose track of what I'm doing, so I like to go from one end to the other. I apologize for some of David's head being cut off. I'm using a different lens. It's a close-up lens. It's a 50mm lens. So it's a lot more in focus, which is great. You can see a lot more details. However, the back of his head is kind of cut off. But hey, you get to see all of the haircut, which is the main thing. Right here, I have my 1.5 guard, just going in and just softening up all that bulk, which is leading up to the length on the top of his head there. So now I'm just finishing up with the 1.5 guard, and I'm going to be working down to the half guard, and I'm going to just work that top line there where I was working the number 1 originally. Now I'm going down to the half guard, and again just fading out that line, opening and closing the machine all the way around, and just working it until that line is gone. On a side note, you guys, the cordless Babeless FX machine that I'm using right now, this thing is really cool because it actually has a clicking motion on the lever itself. By that I mean when you're lowering or opening the lever, it actually will click. There's about 5 clicks in total, which range from close to open, so, and everything in between there. So when you're working around the head, especially for barbers that are just starting out, that with most conventional clippers, you know, they just have their regular levers that don't have that clicky motion. So sometimes it could be hard to know where you had that lever when you were fading out a certain part on maybe the opposite side of the head. So now that you have this clicking motion, you know, let's just say you move it down to the second click, you know exactly that you were on that second click, so you can't get lost. It's a lot harder to get lost in what you're doing. I find that to be extremely helpful. Although I have a bunch of years of experience under my belt, I still find that very helpful. So for barbers that are just starting out, I strongly recommend this clipper. The battery life, on the other hand, not the greatest. I think Babyliss could work on that. The battery life will last you maybe one cut, so that's 45 minutes to an hour before that blue light starts to flash. I'm not crazy about that, but on the flip side, you could always just plug it in and it gets going again. So that's a nice feature as well. So here, guys, I have the machine closed all the way, and I'm just working that initial skin line that I put in with the cordless detailer. So I'm just working that line now, again opening and closing it right around the head, just blending out that initial skin line that I made. As you can see that the fade is now done. It's just a matter of addressing the top and where the fade meets a little bit of length. I'm just addressing that right now with my thinning shears. These are my Mizutani, the number 4s. They do take off about 10% bulk, so perfect scissors for this type of work. It's just a really subtle blend that I'm trying to put in there, and now it's just a matter of just taking a little bit off the top of David's hair. He was in about 3 weeks ago, so this is kind of just like a maintenance cut, just reshaping everything, making sure it's nice and tidy, and yeah, just taking care of that. As you guys can tell, David's hair is in a pompadour style, meaning the front actually I should say, is going to be a lot taller than the middle and the back. You probably noticed that there was a bit of graduation in the way I was holding the hair as I was traveling back when I was cutting it and reshaping it. There was a bit of a decrease in elevation as I approached the back of his head, because I want that nice slope in the back there. I didn't want anything sticking out. I didn't want to cut it too short. It does need a little bit of length in order to lay nicely. So I'm just going to be tidying up David's hair now with the, just taking all the loose hairs with the duster. I'm going to take him to the sink, wash his hair up, and bring him back and style his hair with some hair product. I apologize. I did try to show you guys what I was using in the video, but it was really bright and the products did get flared out. So I am going to talk about the products though and how to use them properly, okay, in just a second. Guys, so David's back from the sink and I'm about to apply Hair Resort by Kevin Murphy, which is a volumizer. I'm applying a dime-sized amount in between my palms. I'm going to emulsify it and apply it generously through his root to ends. The idea is you want the product right at the root. That's how you're going to get the volume. You have to blow dry it in order to activate that product, which I'm going to do shortly. So you can see here I'm about to use my Dyson Supersonic blow dryer. Guys, this thing is phenomenal. It's not cheap, but it is worth every penny. This thing is really light, it's extremely powerful, and just a really well-rounded blow dryer. There's a little bit of getting used to because it is smaller than your conventional blow dryers on the market, but you get used to it fairly quickly, guys. What would take you normally about 10 minutes to blow dry, this thing will cut it down to more than half that time. That's how powerful this little blow dryer is. It really packs a punch. So you can see how I'm blow drying David's hair. I'm blow drying it up in the front, really getting that volume in there, over directing it to really exaggerate the front of his hair. And then I'm going to lay the middle and the back down just in the exact shape that I cut it, because I wanted to lay like a pompadour, right? High in the front, lower in the back. You want to blow dry the sides back and to the middle. That's what's going to taper them in and they won't be flaring out. It's been cut in a way that won't happen, and blow drying it just ensures that. And then you'll also lock it in with the finishing product. Hair Resort is only a base product. By that I mean it's a product that's meant to be layered. You establish the volume by using the Hair Resort, and then you use a finishing product to hold it all together, which I'm going to be doing shortly. Now that the blow dry is done, that Hair Resort's in, it's set. I'm just going in and anything that's fraying out, and just really touching up that profile of his haircut, making sure it's really nice and smooth, and nothing is sticking out. So here, guys, I'm just finishing up the haircut, just putting in the finishing touches. making sure no hairs are fraying out, and yeah, just tidying up that blend, making sure it's super tight. So I'm happy with the way that's looking. I'm about to grab my finishing product. It's Odudes, which is a product brand out in Brooklyn, New York. This is their styling treatment. It's a light to medium hold paste. You want to apply the product onto the ends of the hair, guys. You don't want to get it into the root. That's what's going to weigh the hair down. So all that volume you built will be useless if you apply the product into the root. Make sure you get it onto the ends of the hair, and then whatever left off, you want to just run your fingers through the hair just like a comb and just get that texture out of that hair, all that beautiful, nice, natural texture. So for the last product, guys, I'm using Bedroom Hair by Kevin Murphy. It's a very light hold hairspray. I'm just passing a wide tooth comb through David's hair and hitting it with the hairspray at the same time, just locking in that separation. I think it gives a pompadour a really nice, finished, polished look. So, you know, rather than just kind of comb it out, this is a nice way to kind of finish it off. You can see the haircut's done, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Please continue to, you know, check us out, see what we're up to. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you have ideas for other videos, leave them in the comments. But till next time, guys, take care and be safe.